Hi everyone! For those who don't know me yet and gravitated to my channel by accident, welcome. I'm Joanna Pilatovic and I'm greeting everyone today with the wishes of miracle. Whatever happens right now in the world, we need some good miracles to keep going. I will be talking about shape-shifting today, and whatever I will tell you today, please take it as author talking with her wild imagination about shape-shifting, and because I love these topics and I also love to write about it, I will tell you a little bit about 4 types of shape-shifting and how recently I did the 4th type of that regarding the whatever happens right now in America considering elections. And I shape-shifted with my shaman friend into energy of Donald Trump. So interesting things came up with that. The first type of the shape-shifting is on the physical level, and a lot of people are talking about in the context of reptiles and that they saw that personally and they can record it. I don't need any recording, but if you can present it, okay, show up, let me know about it. I would like to see. I never saw it. Type 2, it's also on the physical level, and here again, sit tight, because this one I'm seeing quite often in my life. And this is not seeing through your so-called third eye. This is happening in your physical eyes. It's a certain type of seeing. Some people perceive auras of other people this way. And to best describe that, I will give you an example of that. So sometime few years ago, I was practicing Tai Chi with a friend in Poland, and we were chatting. I need to add that I didn't drink alcohol and I didn't smoke anything. So, you know, she also didn't. And there was a moment when I look at her and her head started to become a little bit bigger, a little bit looking like a plasma, like a floating in the space. Her body started to float. Her shape was totally different that she had. Body was also having a different middle of sustaining her balance. So it was more like she was like a floating in the space figure that that was not restricted by any gravitation. I had the impression she's going to melt or float away or something like that. So that is the type of seeing that it's happening with your normal eyes. And the other example here is when long time ago in Poland, I was meeting a psychic. She is from Ukrainian, and some of you, those who understand Polish, can watch is some conversations with her. Her name is Olga, and I have her on my YouTube channel. And recently someone found her for me. So she was the one telling me that I was a warrior in Italy in another incarnation. And of course, that time I was very young and I didn't really pay attention to that. But it happened that on the Gestalt therapy workshops, I had this little practice with another man who happened to practice Buddhism. And the practice was you look in someone's eyes for a minute or 5 minutes, and it's on the clock. And that was another time when his face started to change. I didn't tell him that, but he started to cry and he remembered more than me. So he told me that you were the warrior. I was fighting with you. So what a funny coincidence, right? That was another time when you can see some qualities or maybe something. I won't define that now because this is for everyone to define. If I don't know for sure, I'm just collecting those puzzles and experiences of myself and other people. So we can put that together and see, but nothing is for sure here, right? Another incident is related with the third type of encountering the shape-shifting. And it happens through your visions, lucid dreaming, dreaming while awake, or closing your eyes and seeing purely through so-called third eye. So you just have it in your imagination. And this happened, I will give you only one from many. And of course, the rest is in my oracle, my books on Amazon. If you like to see, read more about it, you are very welcome to go there. But there were two inventors that were in the train with me, and they were inviting me to colony, and they were really insisting, they were really persistent, but I think I was just too tired, and I said, no, I'm not going with you. I understand you have great invention there, good luck and everything. So I went home and I went to sleep, and I dreamed that their skulls were colorful and crystal. Their bone structure was completely different than the rest of the people. So that was really peculiar. They were telling me something in the dream that they are not from here, and so sort of things that I don't remember anymore precisely. So that was the third type of so-called experiencing the shape-shifting. The fourth one is connected with shamanism, and some shamans claim that they can shapeshift on a physical, taking the physical form of the entity or animal they are shape-shifting into. However, the energetical, psychological way, it's happening not usually on the physical level, although some of the posture, the look, it looks like you took over someone's identity on yourself. And also process-oriented psychology is using that aspect a lot. And the idea behind that is to have a better insight, understanding in what's happening and what is affecting you, to find a solution and to follow the process. So all these goals are great. However, of course, it is also happening when someone is having a little different agendas and possessions, mini possessions, or borrows someone's consciousness. And this is well known in Terry Pratchett books, where Grandma Weatherwax was borrowing the consciousness of animals to see what's going on around her. There are certain dangers of those shape-shiftings. So before you go ahead and try, you can, of course, in Terry Pratchett books, the danger was you could get stuck in a consciousness of an animal, a bird, and then you lose the identity of yourself. But that's not going to happen to us. It's just a story. And normally, it happens also to actors at the beginning stage of their career, often, that they are dreamt into that role to such a degree they are not getting out. So they keep walking and spending long hours after shooting a film in that role. Or what's more, if that shooting takes time for months, then they have to change their hair color, their outfit, to completely separate self from the character they were playing. So it happens to actors, and they have their own rituals, personal. Everyone has something that fits him, her, and it's all safe. But it's also happening on the workshops where therapists or the anybody who's facilitating the process of it. And it happened to me also. It was very, very unpleasant, I must admit, when you are dreamt into a role that stays with you for the next hours, and all is good if this is fun role. But when you play a victim in order to solve the conflict in the world, and you end up dreamt into it and nobody pays attention to you afterwards, it takes a while longer. So don't worry, even if it's going to happen to you, it takes a while longer, because when you leave that room, the world is kind of mirroring to you the role you are in. So if you are a victim, you probably may get some nice encounters with other people or situations out there. It passes. So these are the dangers. And recently, and whoever is pro-Trump or against Trump is not about that. The shape-shifting is about understanding the quality that a certain role holds to the world, because the world needs a certain energy, and sometimes we take up those roles for something else. And because the Polish people wrote me those comments, and they are very much pro-Trump, and they are telling me how nasty I am, always criticizing and telling such things. Then I'm always in the middle. I don't want to take a side. And yes, sure, I do not want to take a side and grab to the side, because I believe that the more we can be objective and stay in the middle and understand different roles, different parts, the more we can find and communicate and find a middle ground. But if we are into one side of the story and grab it so much, then we go into direction of fanatism, religion, and usually this ends up in history. We know how. So those are times when the most people who are such a believers, they are able to kill for it. So that's why I'm practicing staying in the middle as much as I can, but for the purpose of that and that challenge, I must say, I let it go, and I went with my shaman friend into a role of becoming Donald Trump. And I felt this energy, and it felt really good. It felt totally good. So for the pro-Trump people, that could be actually calming down, because in a way, in my understanding of that role, is that the world really needed that energy to happen and really needed that to occur. And that was the best possible person that could bring it out there. And it felt very strong. It felt very straightforward, not caring about opinions of other people. How beautiful is that? So my next question, when I became that, what the world really needs to draw from that energy. What does it mean? Because right now in Poland, maybe it means for those women to use that energy, the quality. I'm talking just about the good side, when you transform the quality into something better and better, when you are going into that quality or character of the person. So it is very straightforward, very much going out with the courage to the world, not caring. Using maybe bad words, maybe being, I used to always use this word narcissistic, but because these were behaviors that I judged this way in a certain ways, certain sentences, and it's hard not to judge something narcissistic if you have if you train, if you practice that, and if you know that certain sentences are expressing that. But staying in the middle, staying on the side of being objective and understanding the role, it taught me too, where do we need to be as a humans, a little bit more like that energy, more courageous, more straightforward, more honest in a sense, like a little child, to say what's going on. We well know that Donald Trump is not diplomatic in his expressions, And diplomacy for many people became a problem because although diplomacy has a good intentions, many people cannot stand because, as Winston Churchill say, that is an art of telling someone going to hell, and this person were looking forward to the trip, right? So I don't remember that quotation if I said it right, but you know what I mean. So this fake, in a way, this diplomacy that didn't serve and didn't serve the people in whatever country, not only in America, now backfire. Now we needed something else. So we just, whatever happens to us in life, we just need a certain quality that we maybe were not balancing, not living through in our life. Right now in Poland, with all these protests of women about having a choice to decide about abortion or not, to keep alive, to give a birth or not. Right now, it is said that they are very vulgar. They are using bad language. They are saying bad words, and they cursing a lot. And I'm just thinking that, you know, if a female power, if a woman loses her power, and is out of control, cursing is the least what you need to worry about, right? So this is such a power, and I like to feel that for a second. And this is this type of the shape shifting, when we can draw and transform the qualities that we do not understand, or we judge, or they are maybe not expressed the way we would like to, but there is something into it that we can learn from. So this is about the shape shifting. I just wanted to mention one more thing about questions. If some of you still look for the therapists, the specialists, or spiritual workers, and I was warning about certain aspects and how conscious you have to be. Unfortunately, there are many bad people out there, and abusing the power they are given and not following the ethical part of it. And with the therapist is different, because they are trained to be that, and to there is a lot of regulations that it's not going to happen. However, if someone is saying that for some thousands of whatever is the dollars, euros, zloty, whatever, will take away, will clear you from everything, and the only thing I know for sure, this person will clear you out from money, basically. So people who want to believe in miracles, yes, miracles are happening out there, but I'm afraid that if someone is offering that miracle for that amount of money, it's not going to happen. And any questions? Someone was saying publicly, what do you think about this person? I am not going to say anything negative public about anybody, because I think this is just not me, and I don't think that's a proper response. The only thing, everyone has to choose for themselves. And even if you do not feel if someone is good for you, you cannot make that decision because you seem not to feel. There are plenty of observations you can make just from calling someone, the tone of the voice, the words. If you have a visual connection on Skype right now, on Zoom, you can always see if that person is answering your question, or is answering question with the question, or looking into your eyes, anything like that. So make sure you are paying into attention everything, because the longer you talk with someone, those several minutes, your subconscious mind will give you glimpses, impressions, and certain words that this person used that will trigger your subconsciousness and will give you whether images or warning in your mind. It is just always happens. Everyone who is telling like, oh, I don't know, I didn't feel it, after something happened, they are often telling the opposite. Like, I knew it, but I ignored it. I saw that in my mind, but I ignored it. So this is happening. Another question was also why I'm not responding also to some sort of other people when they sort of, I don't take it as an attack, actually. I feel pretty honored for the stealing of the video, because I don't think that particular my YouTube channel that I recently paid more attention to is such a cozy place right now with people that that I don't know, maybe everyone, but it's not such a big community. And when someone sent me links that my video got stolen somewhere there, I feel honored. What can I say to that? So I only have one response, collective response to every time when something someone is attacking you for real, or if you do not have to respond to that, if you do not have to react to that, you can let go. Just remember this one thing: if you are hating someone, if you are trying to destroy someone, or anybody who is trying to destroy you in a certain ways in life, from jealousy or I don't know what the reason could be, they are actually giving away their own personal power. And these people are giving away their energy through thoughts, actions, words. So before you are going to hit back, just think that this person is really worth it, because we have really a limited amount of energy considering our lifespan. And where would we like to do? What we like to do with that? Where would we like to go with that? I think it's more important. So if we have a chance, anytime we have a chance to avoid the fight, that would be win-win situation for both sides. We can even understand this other side, why this person did that, and not take it personally. Sure, I am not also judging those people who are responding, and I responded many times, and I was in the community when I had to respond, because, and this is good because it's also a practicing and training. You have to riposte, you have to say something, you have to protect yourself, you have to be strong in a situation. So you're learning, but at a certain time, it's not necessary. So with that thought, I will leave you, and let me know, please, in the comments. I know that many prefer to type me privately, but if you can share under the video the comments, the thoughts you have in your mind, that would be cool, because whatever you're thinking, maybe there are out there other people who are thinking similar, but maybe cannot express it, maybe are afraid to say it. So thank you for encouraging other people. Happy shape shifting to everyone, because we do need to shape shift to learn, understand the qualities, so we can communicate, we can relate. Happy day, everyone.